Hey guys, Gino's Gadgets here. So we're going to do an unboxing today of a product that I bought online that is just an everyday buy for a lot of people. But I got this one at a really good price. So I'm interested to see if it lives up to the leading brands. So here I have the Tenda router. It is an AC 1200 router, so it's not like a 2600 or some massive 3000 plus AC router. But I'm using it basically as an extender to expand an existing Wi-Fi network in a fairly large home. So I had a range extender that kind of flaked out on me, and I have a 1900 AC 1900. So I'm wondering if I can just do a second hotspot with the existing 1900 that I have, plus this 1200 to cover the other side of the house that's kind of farther away from the other router that I have. So without further ado, let's check it out. All right, guys, so let's unbox. First thing, looking at the box here, got the branding there, Tenda. This is not English, nor is this. So guys, anybody that watches the channel who can translate this, I mean, I'm sure I can kind of take a stab at it. I'm sure it probably says something about long range dual band router, something like that. But yeah, it is a 1200. It's an AC 1200. AC is the current standard. Yeah, guys. So if you're buying a router from Walmart or Best Buy or somewhere like that, just don't buy in 1200 or in 600 or whatever. Just don't do it. Buy AC. AC routers are the current standard. And anything less than that, it's just not gonna cut it for most people's needs with how much bandwidth these devices are requiring. So buy AC 1200, AC 1600, 1900, 2600, 30, I think it's 3200, 3400, something like that. So on up. So buy AC routers. And the internals, for the modem transfer boards are Broadcom. As you can see there, that's the same internals that are in a lot of leading US, like Linksys, Arius, Motorola, routers, modems, and stuff all use Broadcom internals. So same internals as all the other leading brands like Linksys and Belkin and all that. So it is a 1200 router again, and it says that it supports 4K UHD, so it supports fast enough speed. This basically says probably that it has, Ethernet ports, that it's 5G, supports 5G technically, Wi-Fi, and apps and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now this is my first time, guys, ever buying a router that is not like ASUS or Linksys, so this is a first for me. So let's see, I'll show you what comes in the box. So right off the bat, we have the paperwork, the Tenda paperwork here. Probably, just kind of gives you the basic setup. Plug this here, plug this there, plug in the AC, plug this. I've done this a few times, so I think I'm good. But for those, this might be someone's first time hooking up a router and not understand, the whole router modem thing and what plugs where. So, yeah. There you go. It gives you all the configurations of how to set up everything. So it's pretty cool. And what this is basically saying is that you can use either a Windows PC or an iPad to do your Wi-Fi link up. So that's kind of cool, because I know back in the day you used to basically have to have a Windows machine to do the initial setups and channels and all that stuff, but now you can use an iPad. That's kind of cool. Now, I wonder if it's just an iPad or if you can use an Android tablet as well. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I have to try that. But yeah, so that shows you how to configure your router. All right. Got some rice paper around the actual router unit here, so we'll go ahead and pull that out. And you got something I see I already like is 4 antennas. Wow. So yeah, so a lot of them only come with 3 antennas. Some of them only 2 antennas, but this one has 4. So that's a good sign. So I assume 2 of these are the 2.4 gigahertz band. Let me get these off of here. 2 of them are for the 2.4 band, and the other 2 are for the 5 gigahertz band. The higher band is always your top end speed band. So yeah, I assume it doesn't tell me which ones are which, but I assume these 2 on the outside, these are your 5 gigahertz band. This is where you get your top end speed from, is the these 2 guys here at 5 gigahertz. Your range, the ones that maybe aren't quite as fast, these 2 that aren't quite as fast as the other, so you're not going to get your top speed there, but all your devices, your smart home devices, your things that are way away from your router, this is where you're getting your range from. It's the 2.4 gigahertz band. So so just right off the bat, guys, this thing looks kind of space agey a little bit. I think I've seen a couple of Nighthawk, it has kind of a Nighthawk kind of feel to it a little bit. But you've got your lighting, your LED lights here to let you know how you're connected and if everything's linked up the way it's supposed to be, and those will light up. So yeah, but your Wi-Fi MAC address is here, serial number and some other stuff right here on the bottom, and the branding, the Tenda branding is right under there. And then you do have 4 Ethernet ports, so if you want to actually, one of these is the in. Okay, so you only have 3. So this is your input. So you have to, that one's going to be taken up for your input. But these other 3 can be used for output, for plugging directly to devices. So you do have 3 outputs, not 4. So, but that's not that big of a deal because of how I'm using it. But if you're looking for one that has 4, you might want to look at a different router, because this one only has 3. And then you got your power and reset button right there. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So yeah, I mean, so far so looks good. I mean, it looks like a router. And then right here is your power, your AC power cord. Just traditional power brick. Looks pretty standard. And that was all that was in the rice paper. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty cool router. These antennas look pretty beefy. And that's always good, especially the ones that are for your range, for devices that are pretty far away from where your router is. And just for, I know this is not like router 101 or anything, guys, but if you're setting up your own router for the first time, and there may be some first timers out here watching, guys, so something that you want to keep in mind, if you only have one router in your house or your apartment or office or whatever, and you want to get the internet signal dispersed evenly, remember, from the point of contact, your internet signal is going to travel out. It's going to travel from here, like this is where we're starting at. The signal is going to go up and out from here, just like this. So anything that's down here and back there is not going to get touched as well. So ideally, if you're in a 2-story home, so yeah, if you are setting your router up or a router up for the first time, remember, especially if you live in a 2-story home where you have, you know, the lower level and then the upper level, ideally you want to place the router as centrally as you can. So, you know, if this is the home, this why, you know, you want to place it kind of in the middle and downstairs preferably, because the signal is going to travel well up, but the signal doesn't travel down very well. You're going to be counting on those lower speed bands, the 2.4 gigahertz bands in certain cases, to reach to all the areas versus having that high speed. You know, if let's say your connection at your house is 100 megabits per second, you know, you're going to be only getting probably half of that way up and over here. Whereas right here, down here, you're going to be getting all 100 of that when you do a speed test. And you can download an app like speedtest.net or by Ookla, or there's several other apps that are completely free. All you have to do is say Internet Speed Test on your app store, or pull up speedtest.net on your PC or Mac. Oh yeah, and by the way, for those who are wondering, this is both PC and Mac compatible. Yeah, so supports both Mac and PC for those who were wondering. And I don't know what all these little QR codes are. I guess you can scan these QR codes and they can kind of walk you through, you know, maybe how to set it up or something like that. But yeah, it gives you all the different bands, and I guess you got up to 300 megabits per second on the different bands. So that's going to be sufficient. I'm not doing anything crazy. So yeah, and it's saying that you have 2.4 gigahertz band for long range, and for your top end band, you have the 5 gigahertz band. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to hook this baby up, and then I'm going to let you guys know how she performs. And I will post the link in the description below. But I only paid like $29 for this thing. I mean, it's an AC1200 router with nice beefy antennas. It's small, and I mean, should be a pretty good router, you know, for under $30. So, so I will let you guys know how it performs. All right, guys. So just wanted to show you real quick. This is the application that goes with the router. So I'll come a little closer so you can see it. But this is the Tenda Wi-Fi app. And I'll open that up. And you can download this Tenda Wi-Fi app. It's free in the Play Store or the Apple App Store. But basically, it's a way that you can manage all of your devices. You can see all the different things that I have connected to my Tenda Wi-Fi router. And it also tells you if it's connected to the 5 gigahertz band or the 2.4 gigahertz band. So that's helpful information to know when you're setting up your router, and you can see, you know, all the devices that are pulling on your bandwidth. Also, you have a way to go to tools here and maximize, you know, what you're getting out of your router. So you can go to reboot it. You can go to accelerate Wi-Fi, and it will search for and see if there's any possibilities to maximize your bandwidth so that you stay, you know, getting the most out of your Wi-Fi and the bandwidth that you have available. So it says that it's 100% complete, and that the Wi-Fi on my Tenda router has been optimized, and it's A-OK. You can also do a speed test, and I always recommend the speedtest.net application when I'm testing the speeds on a given router or network. Again, that speedtest.net app that will give you an extremely accurate measurement of the signal strength and the available speed of your Wi-Fi network. So As you can see, it's not going to blow the doors off anything, but I'm just using this connection right here for some smart devices. So now we'll go over here and take a little bit closer look at the router itself. So I have it set up downstairs here because I have another router set up on the opposite side of the house. And as you can see, I got all these little lights here that are going off. Again, you have several different Ethernet connections. And this is just your LAN connection and showing that you actually have an active internet connection. But you do have pretty beefy antennas here again. So you're getting really good signal to spread out the bandwidth on each one of the bands. So you do have the 2.4 gigahertz band and the 5 gigahertz band. And these nice antennas make sure that internet signal is being spread all around your house or office to get optimal performance. So guys, that's pretty much it for the Tenda router. This is Gino's Gadgets again. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you in the next video.